ahead and move forward with the Edwardsville High School Student of the Month. And would you like to come up and introduce our student?
Good afternoon, everyone. Today we have the pleasure of celebrating our December Student of the Month from Edwardsville High School. And I would like to introduce Don Mendoza from the World Languages Department, who will introduce our student, but also I will introduce the student's mom, Jill Schardt. Good to see Jill. And Don, come on up.
Hi, my name is Senor Mendoza to people in the world of Spanish, but I am Don Mendoza. I am the department chair of world languages at the high school. So I just wanted to take the opportunity on behalf of the school district, the board, the teachers, the staff, to say thanks to all of you for giving us this moment to reward and recognize students in our building. With the times we've been going through, it's been hard to stop and say, hey, wait, you're doing this right. And in these times when things are so challenging, I think it's good for all of us to say, hey, Benjamin Schardt is doing this right. So thank you for letting us have the spotlight and recognizing young men like him. So I'm going to read, he's actually from our German program. So our German teacher couldn't make it today, so I'm reading a statement on her behalf. Her name is Christina House, and so I'm switching to the I in her words. I am the nominating teacher for Ben Schardt. I've known Ben for several years of his high school career, and I've known Ben to be an outstanding and reliable student and a well-respected peer. Ben is also the current president of the German Honor Society and an active member of the German Club, as well as several other clubs such as Debate, Engineering, National Honor Society, and EPIC. I would like to take a moment away from her speech and say I'm the one who received his accolades, or however you would say that, his list of achievements, and it was massive. And I was like, it was so impressive to read how many achievements a young man this young has earned so early in his life. He always puts forth a great amount of effort in all of his endeavors and always goes above and beyond the requirements. He has been a tremendous asset to the world language program, and I know that he will be amazing at the university level and beyond. Ben wants to study economics in college and hopes to eventually get a PhD in economics. I have seen Ben strive and push himself to do great things in the classroom, as well as achieve greatness in the world of music. He plays clarinet and is a section leader in the band program, as well as a member of the Tri-M Music Honor Society. Besides his many achievements, Ben has a tremendous character and motivation. Therefore, I proudly nominate him as the Rotary Student of the Month for World Languages. So, Benjamin Schardt.
So I would like to obviously first thank the Rotary for giving me this opportunity to be here today, and for all the students on my behalf. I'd like to thank Mr. Mendoza for the introduction. And before really getting into my story, I think it's crucial to talk about my upbringing itself. I was actually born in Switzerland, across the sea, and that really was the birthplace of my dad's side of the family. He can trace his roots back to 1300s and earlier, actually from that side. And really for the first 2 years of my life, up until where my brother was born too, we would stay at home and be taken care of by my grandparents while my parents were at work. And Switzerland was really my mainstay and was my homeland throughout the rest of the coming years, especially. And we eventually moved back to the United States for several years before leaving again for France in 2010. And there we lived in Strasbourg. And I mean, some memories there living in that chaotic, very eventful city, which was the center stage really for the European Parliament. And when we eventually returned to the US in 2012, I think really it was kind of a defining point for me, because when you think about all these experiences, and I have some, very vibrant memories, I guess you could say, of, living in Switzerland, visiting the farm with my grandpa every morning, waking up at the crack of dawn, or in France, walking to school, taking public transport every day. You think of all these opportunities and all these experiences of being able to, experience such a wide cross section of society. You think this is an optimal life. And for me, when I came back to the United States, for me at first it was really difficult, because especially when you're so young and you encounter all these things, it was hard for me to adjust. And I think really becoming reacclimated to this part of society was difficult for me. And especially already being kind of naturally quiet and introverted. I think for a long time, I was really wary of new experiences. I was really kind of hesitant to involve myself. But I think there were really two big catalysts that kind of changed my perception on life entirely. And the first one, like was mentioned, with a very big component of my time in school is music. And I think, especially in high school, going into that summer with marching band, and just the very clear dynamic of being a part of a section and a team with the ultimate goal of winning competitions and excelling as a group. It was every individual's effort was necessary for the team to succeed. And I think that really got me engaged. And I actually became so interested in band that I practiced so much that I actually earned first chair in symphonic band for my freshman year, which was almost unheard of in the history of the school. And I think that really was an indication of how much I had grown and how much I had really found something I was passionate about. And the second thing, like was mentioned too, was my mom's work actually at the library, and just being exposed to such a wide variety of people, and becoming familiar with the doctrine that, regardless of someone's appearance, regardless of their education level, you treat them with respect and you provide for everyone that enters the building. And I think that really sparked my interest and got me engaged in the community. So over the next few years, I really actively participated. I joined math team, I joined Math Honor Society, joined my German programs, joined Model UN, and really started to realize, and I came to revelation in a sense, that my background and my past was not something to be really wary of or really look at as a means of being hesitant to evolve myself, but I actually should cherish and appreciate my past and realize how it's changed me. And being exposed to such a wide variety of things and that kind of expanded outlook, I think actually personally changed my interest completely, because that was really at the point where I realized how attracted I was to politics and government. And I think especially that's something I spent several years delving into. I would spend hours on end, as my parents can attest, going through voting patterns, looking at map making software. And that was something that I really wanted to pursue. And especially when I started becoming very interested in math and those upper level calculus and physics courses in high school, I think that's where everything kind of culminated into economics. So when I go to college next year, that's what I want to pursue. And especially even the possibility, hopefully, of a master's or PhD program, and maybe even influencing public policy. And because working alongside those members of government that I spent so long investigating, I think is a dream come true. But besides the academic portion, when I go to college, I really want to implement and ingrain what I have learned in terms of social interaction, and that willingness to involve yourself and be an active member of society, which was something I was very hesitant to do beforehand. I know now how beneficial it is, not just in terms of having more effective relationships, but actually putting in the meaning and enjoyment and enthusiasm in what you do. So that's my plan for the future. Now that I've kind of talked about me, I just want to reiterate, I want to thank Ms. House again for the nomination. German, obviously, is something very close to me, very intimate. It's my homeland, it's my home country, it's my home language. And I think her efforts over these last few years has really sparked my interest and kept me engaged in the class, especially not just with the conventional kind of curriculum, but with projects and a lot more of this very engaging kind of accommodating format. Has really led me to put a lot more effort into it, ensure that I have a good understanding of this native language that's so crucial in my life. And I want to thank Mr. Mendoza again for being here, and I want to thank all of you for giving me this opportunity, not just for me, but for all the students on behalf of me and the high school, especially for that scholarship and just knowing that all these kids are doing everything that they can all these next few years to just evolve themselves and better themselves before moving on to this next stage of their life. This is crucial, and I really appreciate and value that. So thank you. And I hope you all have a good day.
I know, right?
Yeah, one thing, I could really learn some good public speaking skills from you. Very impressive young person. We congratulate you and wish you the best of luck. So upon recommendation by the Edwardsville High School faculty and staff, you are hereby recognized and commended by the Edwardsville Rotary Club for outstanding achievement while a student at Edwardsville High School. Congratulations.
What college are you going to attend?
I applied to